Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Hajime no Ippo, Episode 5. Alright. He has started shadowboxing. He's doing it quite well.
Except for when he doesn't.
Yes.
We get good laughs out of that.
Yes. But I love how Takamura and the old guy, old guy Chen, basically are kind of wanting to train him, but Takamura needs to kind of step back and not correct him when he makes mistakes and stuff, so that he can learn naturally.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of muscle, you know, kind of coordination and stuff that he's going to need to learn over time.
Right. He needs to be able to feel out when he's doing something wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
And he will know when he's doing something wrong because, for one, it won't flow properly like the trainer says it would, but also he's able to watch how other people do similar things.
He's being very perceptive, keeping his eyes open. Yep.
Yeah, and that's one of my favorite things with Miyata, is that Miyata is a rival of sorts for him right now, but it's sort of like his inspiration to get better.
Right.
Because Miyata shows, I would say, that smooth aspect to boxing.
Exactly. Yep.
Like Miyata's footwork, Miyata's
he's
speed.
experienced.
He's experienced.
This wasn't his first time in the ring. Yeah. He knows what he's doing.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's basically a pro without being a pro.
Right.
So, yeah. More Ippo, more growth, more development, more goofy character antics. We love them. Right. So, yeah, guys, without further ado, let's get into this now. Kind of wish we had also like Japanese subtitles so that we could like sing along. I feel like this is going to be one of the ones that we will eventually, you know, kind of catch on to.
I mean,
because there's so many
of
episodes of this, you know.
Now, but they might change the opening.
Yeah, eventually, but probably not for a long time, you know.
Sure.
That's actually interesting. I could try and like understand the lyrics specifically, because some of them seem to be very simple, you know, just kind of, ooh, hype, and I'm gonna do the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's cool. The subtitles give like an extra. Wow. I like that we don't know who those two are yet.
Yeah.
You know, because I assume that they're school friends, right?
Right, exactly.
But they don't
probably
have to
makes
be.
because of this.
Right.
Yeah.
Whoa! Whoa! Dang! Wow. 3 months to counter, okay. Dang. That was awesome though. Like, it was hilarious, but some Miyata focus. Okay. You have to experience it, or wait. What? What is he doing?
Is he exaggerating the footwork? That way he knows what he needs to do?
Gotcha. So you wait for them to initiate? Operation Tease!
Okay.
I love that we have to have a name for it. He's blushing! He's blushing!
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in Miyata's seat. He thought he was coming to talk to him. Oh. That's gonna bring up the whole topic of Ippo's dad now, you know?
Sure.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, his picture is here, so... So maybe his dad was okay, you know? I just love the image of the little moped just...
Yeah, and that helmet with the trailing, like, chin strap.
He's just so enthusiastic, and they're like, wow. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, normally. Okay, so compact meaning like
closer to himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moving into the punches, I guess.
Sure, maybe more. Yeah, based on a center of gravity.
I'm exhausted. Butts. It has nothing to do with decency. It's that he's just that exhausted. Ah! 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 Ah!
And then the flickering of...
Yeah, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh. Wow, and they're just like, let's... Wait, like... Oh.
Gotcha.
So much quick side to side. Oh. Miyata's still running.
Yep.
Jeez. He really doesn't want to get... You know,
what is he running from?
Like surpassed, you know? Oh, no way. He's trying to scam him. No, no, no. Come on, Miyata. Save him. Be a bro.
He's testing to see if he'll actually figure it out on his own.
Yep, good. Good job, Miyata. Yes. Awesome. What a good guy. Ah.
Already gone.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, that's gonna explode once you open it. Oh, okay,
Oh.
just juice, not soda. Okay. It's still on there?
Oh. Stop shouting out my name. Oh, but that persistence, though. He wants to be friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially since Miyata's so nice to, like, you know, do that
Help
for
him out,
him. Yeah. Oh, good. They get to talk. All right, cool. Oh.
It might not be that great a
He
thing,
doesn't have a
though.
dad. Dang. Wow. Nice, and that's how
Right.
Miyata boxes as well.
Yeah.
With those counter punches and just good footwork. Wow.
Cool.
Oh, and he was his hero.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh.
なんかが足元にも及ばないくらい強かったさ。見たかったな。だけど東洋太平洋タイトルマッチの最終ラウンド、相手のただ一発のラッキーパンチで
Crush.
And that was an O.
Oh.
And that was an uppercut.
Yeah.
再起は可能だったろう。
Good catch.
だが親父は二度とリングに上がることはない。
Jeez.
Oh, dang.
信念を砕かれちまったから。
Oh. The hero gave up.
Yeah.
And yeah, now he's going to show him that
Cool.
I can become a champion
Yeah.
with this.
Oh,
Oh,
and that your style isn't wrong. Cool.
親父のボクシングは間違っちゃいない。力不足を補うことができれば、そのために
Wow.
ボロボロ
From that age.
Yeah.
相手が誰だろうが、真正面から立ち向かい、頂点に立ってみせる。
Nice.
親父が越えられなかった壁を、親父のために、
Wow.
何より自分のために。
Nice.
君がパワーで来るなら真っ向から受けてた。
Dang.
Miyata
Okay.
with this guitar in the background, you
Yeah.
know.
カウンターにはそんな思いが込められていたのか。
Well, it's not something that would happen by accident.
No, definitely not.
出て勝負したいだと小僧貴様みすみすカウンターの餌食になろうというのかもう
もちろんです。会長、お願いします。
Is he gonna basically like train to just take punches?
言うならもっと
A killer crash course.
出力を強化するんじゃまずはロードワークの準備せい
Is road work just code for running like
Yeah, I think
a
so.
long
Because
time?
dart and dash, that makes me think he's gonna like jump in, punch, and then jump back.
Yeah.
いいこと言おってよっしゃ
Ah, yosha!
走れ走れ出力を強化するんじゃ
いつもより早い。
宮田のカウンターに当たれ腕が伸びきらない道に
I can't hear what you're saying.
ゴー
Oh.
ヒット打ちやるぞほらショートで打てや
Oh my gosh.
これこれ
Wow!
Dang.
Holy crap!
Wow.
だってこんなにすごいとは思わなかった。
Takamura, oh my god. Wow.
Wait, he was dropping medicine balls on his stomach.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Yeah.
本当ですか高村さん
It's just a zombie.
このままじゃ死んでしまいそうだ。
この間言ってた
Yeah, ramen.
腹いっぱいになれば元気も出るぞ
Oh, noodles sound amazing right about now.
おやお揃いで
あれ、青木さん。
Oh,
青木はここ
cool.
Awesome.
Oh, always the food looks good, you know?
なんでボクシング下手なお前がこんな
Ah!
くれんのか
A sloppy
spitting in the
palooka
next
like
bowl.
you. Yes.
稼いで店を持つことなんです
Oh, good, a
Oh,
dream.
That's really cool.
全部食わせろ
中は全然食べられないんですか。
No, he just has a very specific diet.
俺はタッパーがあるから減量には時間がかかるんだ
Oh.
水物はすぐ体重が増えちまうからや普段から節制しないとなシャワーも浴びれねえカラカラの体が水分を吸
Jeez. So he's trying to hit the specific weight, like. But then once he's done that, he's fine, right?
I guess.
そんな苦労なんて吹き飛ぶぜ
お前も宮田に勝てばわかるさ。
Oh,
勝てればな
gotcha.
じゃあ僕はこれで。
おう、今日のはおごりにしてやっからよ。
おすまねえな誰もあんたね
Ah! Just the kids. Yeah.
苦労しているのに、そんな素振り全然見せないで。 僕ももっと頑張らなくちゃ。でもよ。
Whoa. Oh, that's cool.
Dang. Oh yeah. Da, 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 dee. Huh? Ah! Yes, yes, the bullies can't even keep up with him. Yeah. Oh, wow. Bro. You can do a lot in 3 months if you like willing to break yourself. Like,
and you have someone who knows what they're doing to
yes,
coach
that
you.
too. That's like the biggest part, really, because they'll keep you going too. Ah! Oh my gosh! Oh, he's so adorable. He did everything in the wrong order. Oh, they show the picture of the dad again, though. Oh. Ooh, oh, he dodged it.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's not Ippo's. Those aren't Ippo's hands. Oh, he is.
Tomorrow. Okay.
Wow. Oh, I'm getting hyped up. I'm getting hyped up.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, they did a time skip. Like, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, like, we could go
All right,
for a while on
cool.
training here, but we need to actually put him into a position where he can have a shot against someone that's that good. And
Yeah.
I think as long as he's able to dodge the counter punch, that'll be success for Ippo. Like, he's not probably going to win the match, you know.
If he can get off a lucky uppercut.
Oh, no, you're right.
Like-
they foreshadowed
like,
it.
I mean,
You're right. One lucky uppercut.
yeah.
Oh.
I really like this
Dang.
ending. I just gotta say, like,
Yeah, it's
I
growing.
know I've said it before.
It's
but
growing onto me.
I love it when ending sequences are like calmer and like more relaxed and stuff. You know.
Okay.
Especially if there's something that seems like contemplative.
Sure. Yeah.
Thanos.
Yeah, I saw that. Thanos Kazakos. Oh my gosh. What I like though is that you can see Miyata in the background here. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Showing that he's in his corner.
Right.
They're not going to end up being enemies or something. Oh,
Cool. Training
cool
episode. And a really good training episode.
Backstory episode.
That too.
And the why episode for Miyata.
Yes.
Like, really good stuff. Because for characterization for Ippo, he's one that's kind of a blank slate. He's becoming a new person. So it's not about his backstory as much as it is about him going after something and throwing everything in after that thing.
Right.
And for a lot of the other characters, we know kind of what their shtick is. But Miyata's the first one to get that really deep characterization. Like, even Takamura, in some ways, is more or less kind of the older pro player that's really good and just kind of knows the ropes of things.
He's not really the mentor figure anymore.
No, he's not. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of the things that I find really interesting is that what they've been doing with Miyata here is kind of, even though he's an opponent, they're treating him with all the backstory and stuff kind of as if he were the main character. Now, not really, because not Hajime no Ippo. Ippo is definitely the main character, right?
Yeah.
But if Ippo wasn't there, Miyata would be the main character.
Yeah, if this was not an underdog story,
Like,
if this was a story about coming from greatness with a legacy to uphold and proving something to not only to your father,
right.
but to yourself.
Yeah.
it would become an entirely different show.
And they still probably could have kept it as an underdog story. It's just that this is
the most
an
part.
underdog story that's like a ways into it. You know, this isn't the beginning of the underdog story.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So Miyata getting this characterization and having the aspect of him that kind of, it's not as fun for him to spend time with Ippo. Because it kind of irritates him because this is the person that's wanting to surpass him. And
Right, exactly.
helping him with that doesn't help prove to his father or to himself that his way of boxing is right.
Exactly.
Because it's him helping this kid then.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing. But I love that he couldn't stand by and watch this shop owner scam him
Even
into
though
getting...
for a while he's like, no, it was not.
like, oh, this kid's stupid. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
That was really awesome for him to do that.
It was,
I think that was something that solidified in my mind, even though it was already mostly cemented in there, that he's a good guy, and he's not going to be a foe, an antagonist.
Right. He's not a jerk. You know?
No.
Yeah. They'll just end up needing to beat the crap out of each other. You know.
Once, twice, 5 times, whatever.
How do you become friends with somebody if not by beating the crap out of them?
Yeah, exactly.
And letting them beat the crap out of you. It's just how it goes.
There's going to be a sign of mutual respect, and they'll do like an Armstrong and ching,
Once they take off the gloves, of course, because if they could actually get a handshake
and their clothes as well, That whole scene with Ippo though in the shower, I loved it.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
However,
what?
I want to kind of point something out. So, I think you know what I'm going to mention too. Maybe, I don't know. But with Takamura, right? The amount of space on the screen that was pixelated to cover his nether regions was, the amount of space that was pixelated. But when Ippo's towel came off, it was like way more. I don't know if they're insinuating.
I think they're kind of insinuating.
But I think they kind of are.
Kind of insinuating that the box is going to be the same size no matter what person it is. So I think it's more that ratio-wise...
So
it still makes it bigger.
And it threw it off,
Right.
But
Takamura had the blue kind of look over his eyes. So maybe he's like, I'm afraid that you're small. He's like, oh. And he was all about like, it's not about size. It doesn't matter. And then he's just like, so hey, maybe a little bit of his ego is just hit right there. Yeah. But I mean, like, come on, like. But not like they're saying that Takamura like took steroids or anything.
No.
Like,
well, plus steroids don't. So steroids make your dong bigger, but they make your balls shrivel up. But anyway. But I loved how when he was like turning around, there was like the flicker of like pixelated like.
That freaked me out. I'm like, are they going there? And then I'm like, no, there's rules that they can't. Yeah, like
that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
That was amazing. I just wanted to get that out of the way because it's kind of sticking in my mind as like this, funny moment in the episode overall.
But they had a lot of intense training this episode.
A lot of intense training. They had everything from him running to him, doing the shadow boxing to him
punching the bag and having it swing back
and hit him.
Yeah,
that was great. The things of him like standing on him, the thing of him, the one I didn't understand entirely was when he was upside down, his head was being pushed against the mat, and he was like in a squatting position. And he was pushing there. Is he trying to strengthen his neck?
Also his core, I think.
His core?
Yeah, because the sensei dude was sitting on his stomach.
No, this is the one where he was upside down in an angle.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's neck and like a bit of like back. Okay, because here's something how I could see it being useful is the idea that you wouldn't want to have a bunch of whiplash if someone hits you in the face, right? Like so like.
Well, you wouldn't want unintentional whiplash. You would want to kind of move with it yourself.
Yeah. But like the idea is, you don't want to just go all over the place, right? You don't want to turn into a Shaft character. So
yeah, you'd be paralyzed, pretty soon
exactly
after that.
because necks don't work like that.
No.
But yeah.
Okay, so that's what it probably was. Okay, then you notice we noticed the medicine ball being thrown.
Yeah,
like,
that was
at
like
his
it's
abs,
like that's, okay, like because one of the things that I would think about is like how do you simulate being punched
other than being punched,
other than like by actually being punched. You know, it's like, oh yeah, there you go,
that'll
just
work.
medicine ball. You know,
Yeah,
that would hurt too. Like
no, that makes sense why he would be throwing up as well. Like, you know,
yeah,
you throw that there, your body is tightens like right, a second before it impacts, or less. But even so, that's
like,
still gonna.
And the thing is, gravity, acceleration. That'd be moving at a decent speed, and those things can be heavy.
Yeah, they're extremely dense. Yeah.
So yeah.
Ippo, you badass.
Like this
gotta say,
some insane training.
They're turning him into the strength boxer. Now they've had terms like outboxer, and they had one other one that he mentioned.
Inboxer, I think.
Inboxer, maybe. What I'm looking forward to is learning more about what those terms mean in regards to technique.
They talked about it a bit with the whole idea of the like the what was it? It was the jump and like the dart and dash, which I have heard people that actually know stuff about boxing talk about and stuff, and because the idea is like, well, you stay out of range and then you get in real quick and hit him and then
go back out of range.
Yeah.
You use the disengage action and the dash action all in the same turn.
Just get that combo going, right?
Yeah, that sounds like a good combo. It seems like something that would be exhausting.
Potentially.
But it seems like also a fight that you're trying to close out pretty quickly. Or
at the very least,
you're
hedge
trying
your
to
bets so that way if they block it, if it doesn't actually connect.
That's a good point. That's not a quick type of boxing in terms of ending the fight quickly. It's a let's drag the fight out by you taking more damage than I take, and I just expend more energy to make sure that I take less damage.
And he might not do it with every strike, but he might get in there, get real close, and do what he can, and then once the momentum is basically stopped, then he's like, okay,
So that's why he was teaching him or trying to tell him how to punch with a more compact form,
right? With short and quick and all
because
that.
Because he needs to get in there really close.
Yep, he needs to. He needs to be that little sea creature that has the explosive like Sonic, sound there just.
That's some Mortal Kombat finishing move,
Yeah. I don't remember what the Sonic boom thing. Yeah, but there's a you could probably find it.
The rabbit do, or the one the guy narrating the nature
as
stuff.
If Morgan Freeman, the nature stuff, but then this one specifically for this underwater sea creature that literally just lets things get up.
I think it's a shrimp,
or something like that, But it basically
some kind of crustacean.
It has this literally I think there's
explosive
explosions
one
going on,
man
and of course it's tiny, but for things that are its size, it's just
instant death.
Yep, just
but then he's going to be doing it with an uppercut. So they had the backstory with Miyata. Yeah. I like that so far they're bucking convention, at least from my experience, of having all the dads so far not be bad dads. It's that some of the dads are just maybe more strict than others. Yeah, they have a flaw or something that's not like their entire character.
Right.
Like in this case, Miyata's dad was one that could have been a champion. So he's one that's insanely competent, insanely talented, but he also taught his son at least a little bit.
Yep. But he's not teaching him anymore. But maybe he is.
Yeah,
it's just
I think
you don't see him much.
Yeah. I think the main thing, though, is that he's cheering his son on by showing up to these things.
Sure.
He's strict probably because he doesn't want his son to end up in the same situation he did. But I also get the vibe that now that they've shown Ippo's dad in the photo, he said he doesn't have his dad anymore. That sounds like my dad's dead. That doesn't sound like the divorced dad. That doesn't sound like the abusive dad that left that we were theorizing, or even just any kind of dad that left. That sounds like I don't have a dad anymore. My dad is actually gone from this world. Like my dad went on a fishing trip
and
there was a storm or something and it all just went badly. But this kid is so wholesome and positive.
Yeah, it's like you wouldn't think that he had to deal with something like that. And it could just be, hey, it's a story, make the audience, sympathize with and just be, smile all the time.
Or
with
it
the main
happened
character.
when he was really young.
Sure.
So when he was like 3 in that picture there or something.
Yeah. Yeah, that could totally be it. But like, it's the whole bucking convention thing, I feel like the older a show is, the more impressive it is when it happens. Because bucking convention ends up just being expected because it's the idea that the conventions shift and change over time.
Totally.
You don't want to keep with some dated formula. But a lot of the times what keeps older shows for me from being timeless is the ones that where they don't age well is because they stick to conventions that most
the last
storytellers
20 years have just beaten to death.
They've just figured out why it doesn't work or why it's not the best,
or how to hone it and make it better.
Right, exactly. But here they're not doing with some of the conventional stuff. Ippo is the main character. He's training. He's very strong, and all that stuff. He's a strong.
He has so
boy.
much potential. Yes.
Exactly right. But with what they're doing with Miyata and the dynamic between Miyata and Ippo, it is not something that I would have expected for a show as old as Ippo.
Yeah, I would have expected that Miyata to have less characterization for the purpose of building up Ippo's characterization.
Right.
When in reality, I like how Ippo is almost self-aware that everyone else has their reason and their story and their hardships for going into boxing, and me, he's like...
And that was when he started to have doubts, I believe.
Yeah, just a little bit. And then he saw Miyata running in the background. I was like, that's so good.
That was great.
It's like I trained till I was a rag doll. I basically fall apart every day. And he's like, all right, I have to do that. That's in some ways, Miyata basically gave him the tool in order to know that he will be successful. Because I think that's something that whenever you set a goal for yourself, you constantly are questioning whether or not your goal is attainable.
Sure.
Especially if it's something that's a really big goal. So if you can cheat the system and say, I know that if I do XYZ, my goal is attainable, I just need to figure out the steps to do XYZ.
Right. And that's the important thing, because a friend of mine told me about basically this person that he had heard basically say that goal-oriented living is not necessarily the best because you're alternating between one of two states. You spend most of your time where you have not yet achieved your goal, in which case you're a failure, right? Now you're believing that one day you will, but still, in the moment where you are right now, you have not achieved your goal. And then the other one is you achieve your goal,
right?
And now you have no purpose, right? Because you achieved your goal. What's next? You need to set a new goal, and then you're back to being a failure again, right?
Right.
And they were saying that basically, instead, what you want to do is you want to be focusing on the process, right? You figure out the process that you think will get you to your goal, because there are certain things that are out of your control,
Totally.
And it's like you do the best you can, and if that's not enough, well, then you make sure that you are doing the best you can, and, work on it if that's possible. But if not, then don't let it get under your skin, right? And that just focus on exactly, and just keep putting in the daily do, keep working yourself till you're a rag doll. And just keep going. And I feel like that's what Miyata taught Ippo without intending to.
Falling in love with the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a lot harder than it sounds. Cause the process sucks.
Process
if it didn't,
is nasty.
everyone would do it.
Process is something no one likes.
Yeah.
If
no you like it, likes are you pushing yourself?
Yeah. Because that's the question is that, if you like this process, is this really the process you should be using?
Right, like the fact that Ippo had the point where he was like, I know I signed up for this, but
I can't keep up with this pace.
Yeah, and that's a natural conclusion to come to, and that's something that should be acknowledged, knowing your limits and stuff. But then But then he sees Miyata still running, and he's like,
okay,
all right, okay,
yeah. Go beyond, plus ultra.
That's right.
Yep. I love that this show has a very simplistic approach when it comes to the character finding motivation, but I also like that the character has moments where they struggle with knowing what to do, how to do it,
Yep.
and why they're doing it.
And the thing is that because like Ippo doesn't see all the people who are saying like, holy crap, he's really progressing quickly.
Yeah, he doesn't notice
he's
that.
doing great. He doesn't know about that,
Yeah.
right? No, he doesn't know about just how far he's come,
Right.
until he puts himself to the test, which will be great to see.
That'll be great to see.
But until then, he still has the doubts. So it's one of those things where that's one of the biggest things that makes him relatable as a protagonist, because
Totally.
the whole thing of him being talented, right? That's cool and stuff, right? That doesn't make them relatable. It might make it more enjoyable to see their story because you think, they're actually going to go somewhere,
Sure.
right? But if he didn't have those moments of struggle and doubt, then that's when people start using words like power fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Because then it's the idea that it all just comes easily, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. Yeah. So, good job, Hajime no Ippo.
Yeah, great job. This show is settling into, I would say, its own rhythm.
I was going to use that word if you didn't.
Its own tempo, and I like it. It's a good rhythm. It's a good tempo. I think that they jumped through a lot in this episode here.
They did.
Which actually makes me a little bit thinking that the episodes where they will drag things out will be fights.
Sure. Yeah.
So this is something I'm just going to preface everyone here to say with there. I think that based on the fact that there is a lot of content in this story, like there's a lot of episodes, the episodes that I will maybe struggle a little bit to jive with properly will be the first few stretched out fights, if they happen. Now, they haven't done that yet.
Well, and the thing is that with Miyata, I don't think it'll be much of an issue.
No.
Because they've built him up as a character, right?
Yes.
So we will care about both sides of the engagement.
Right.
But if, say, they're getting into like some sort of tournament or whatever, and they don't do it as much with the other
Right.
opponents, then it could be a bit more difficult.
So what I also want to say is that there's a lot more to discuss in these episodes, like this type of episode, whereas in a fight, I'm guessing there's probably going to be way less to talk
Sure.
about. That doesn't mean that we're not a fan of those types of episodes,
Right.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Generally speaking, a fight in any kind of shonen style thing like this will get way less discussion value out of
Sure,
it,
yeah.
just by the nature that
Yeah.
we're not exploring the characterization of characters or what have you.
What I'm really curious about, though, because with something like, say, Haikyuu, right? Because that's our big real exposure to sports anime before this.
Right.
Because they had so many different players on the team,
Yeah.
they were able to keep the game's dynamic because you could see all the different things that the different characters do,
Yeah.
right? And that's fantastic. In the case of this, because it's one-on-one,
Yeah.
I get the feeling that while it will very much be about the things that Ippo does and the things that his opponent does and things like that,
And the commentary of the side characters.
but I think that's where it's really going to outshine Haikyuu, because it's going to
okay.
be all the people in his corner, right?
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Not that it's going to be completely just people talking about the fight, right?
Well, I was meaning commentary also from the standpoint of like internal stuff as well.
Oh, sure, yeah, that too. But because you can get a much closer perspective because you only have the one person.
Right,
Changing close-up
sure.
perspectives between characters rapidly can
It can be
confusing.
jarring, yeah.
Yeah, it can be a little jarring. But especially with how we have all these characters that we know and love that are cheering on Ippo, that'll be... I feel like that'll
awesome.
be one of the really good bits of any of Ippo's fights.
Yeah, so I'm saying that specifically before this
a
Miyata
preface
fight,
kind of a thing, yeah.
just in case they do it for multiple episodes.
Right.
They don't have to. I don't think they will, just because it's not like something in an actual ring. It's not an official
Right.
match or something.
And they said it's tomorrow, so it could just be the whole next episode. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they could. They could have 70% of it be the fight, and everything else is just the little pre and the little post
Exactly.
stuff or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm really liking them teasing us with Ippo's dad and not making it obvious.
Right.
The idea that Ippo kind of knows, oh, that's his dad.
Yeah.
And kind of thought, like, oh.
It almost makes me wonder if that's going to be a point of contention in the future that they're sort of building up to, and they're seeding it right now, so that way it can potentially become a problem. Because Ippo is very much a good boy, and I don't want I want to see him struggle in the right ways, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I don't want to feel
Where
like
he
there's
can't do the thing kind of thing. Like,
exactly
where
yeah
he loses or
or where
he-
there's something where it's where he feels like he doesn't have the tools to deal with it. And that could be great for, like, say, developing his mom and stuff, because, like, with all the fights that are going to be happening, I'm sure she's going to eventually be one of the other people, you know, in his ring, you know.
Sure.
But, yeah. Or in his corner, yeah.
Totally. All right, guys, this is a great episode. If you want to see the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access where you can chat with us about stories or whatever. And if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.